So it's the first Marketing Clarity Community Spotlight interview, and I'm thrilled to have Leah here from Brady's Canine Fun. Hi, Leah.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How about you all?
Good, good. We just got done with a coaching session, so I'm already like jazzed up. So we're going right from Leah, this poor woman is having to spend 2 hours with me back, like essentially 2 hours back to back, and that's a lot. I think we'd also talked about trying to fit in another coaching, and I joked with you. I said I would never do that to a client, to spend three
Yeah, we were
hours with
planning on
me on
three
one
hours.
day. That's whew,
Right.
that's a tall order. Tall order.
Listen, Ross, I
Yeah.
handle 3 kids at home. You're no big deal. Trust me.
Oh, I'll pass that along to my wife so she knows that she's about to be in for it. So
Yeah.
let's talk about this. I think the logical place to start is, what do you do and who do you work with Brady's Canine Fund?
So I work directly with donors and handlers of police canines. I'm a lucky person. I get to help the beautiful working dogs that are all across the United States. We run a nonprofit organization that donates the ballistic vest for these dogs because many don't know they are not automatically received. They are given by donation only. So that's where we start.
Yeah, that was a mind-blowing thing in our time together. One of the first sessions, just learning that it's not it's far from a guarantee, if you will, that this is something that is very specifically budgeted for the canine officers, right?
Correct.
And that was very eye-opening, and I think it obviously paves the way for why you exist. There's a need there, right? Of
Yes.
these brave canine dogs and handlers.
Yeah, there's definitely a need. Each week we get multiple handlers reaching out to our organization that is requesting help for their beloved canine for some protection, especially in the days that we're in right now. There seems to be an increase in crime. So a ballistic vest is really essential piece of their equipment that they need for day-to-day tasks. And we offer a vest that takes care of all of that for them.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about, I think, the vest specifically, because like all of my clients, when I'm working with them in the Clarity Coaching Program, I end up learning so much about your business. I've learned so much about what you do and the industry, the people you serve, and the people who support you. The one thing that also is really interesting is, these canine officers. I think in a lot of ways, they and I think you'd agree, they help to de-escalate in a lot of situations. If
Oh, yes.
I know you always joke, or maybe it's not a joke, but like when I used to watch Cops, whenever they would be like, "We're sending the dog in," it was always like, "All right,
I'm
we're
done.
coming out. They're done. Thank you. We're done." And that is very much a de-escalation of, I would say, hostile interaction between police and the people that they are there to apprehend. Whatever your opinion is, your feedback is there. I think what we can all agree on is that these canine officers, they play a very important role in protecting life on both sides.
On both sides. Absolutely. They're there not only to protect the human officers from the danger that's directly in front of them, whether that suspect is having a weapon or they don't know if they have a weapon. But the canine is also there to protect the suspect as well from an issue of, the police having to use violence to take them down. Especially in our culture nowadays, they're always talking about the police need more training and we need to save more lives rather than take. So these dogs are an essential tool to handle just that.
I think this is one of those situations too, which is what I've loved about all of our sessions and in learning about your company, is that honestly, no matter what side of the fence you happen to be on, that there's certainly an agreement that, just like I said, that these canine officers are really critical, I think in so many ways of protecting life. And so I want to ask you this. This is the, uh, th- th- this, I say it's intense, but this is something that I had I had not come across before in an organization like yours. So why did you start this nonprofit?
Yeah, so I actually did not start the nonprofit. It was my son Brady. When he was 8 years old, Brady loved this TV show on A&E called Live PD. It's no longer on the air, unfortunately, but his favorite parts were the police canines. Much like most of the United States, when the dogs
Sure.
show up, it's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
And one day we were watching it together. It was kind of like our bonding time. I try to get in as much as possible with a preteen. It's really hard to do. So Brady was watching the show and he realized that the dog wasn't wearing a vest, but the handler was. I didn't catch on, but he sure did. And he asked me after the segment, like, why he wasn't wearing a vest. And researching it, we realized that the dogs are only given these vests for donation. And the market is a little funky with the vests. Like, some of the technology, the handlers aren't wanting them to wear vests. So it was actually Brady who started fundraising to donate these vests to the dogs. And that was when he was 8, and now he is 12. And it's been really helpful for a lot of the handlers.
So do you have, just out of curiosity, do you have like a count of how many vests that you've, I say gifted, I mean, really, but that you have donated to, and you serve police departments all over the U.S., right? This is kind of like anyone can contact you to kind of get in the mix for donations. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. We've helped 550 canines so far across the United States. And actually, we've helped some Army guys out in Afghanistan who heard about us through podcasts. So when their dogs were out there stationed in Afghanistan protecting, they needed some armor for sure. And we've done Sweden, Canada, and the other one was England.
Wow.
So yeah, help anybody, any handler that needs help.
So you're making friends at the UPS store. You're shipping vests out. Well, I guess maybe
DHL,
I assume that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. So the vest itself.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the vest that you work to secure, and I guess what makes it different than maybe even some other organizations, or maybe again, what's what the dog might just have available to it that is not as specialized as what you have.
Yeah, so there's multiple vests on the market, right, for these canines. Some are just kind of like an old school type that were back in the day, like really popular. It's all that they had. There's some vests that are on the market now that are top notch, but are more for a specific use, like if they're going for a SWAT, they're on the SWAT team and they're only going to wear this vest for 30 minutes or in and out. That's the vest you want to wear. That's a full coverage vest. But what we specialize is in donating a vest that this canine can put on at home. He can jump in his cop car, start his shift. When he gets out at the end of the day, he takes his armor off, hangs it up, and he can go lay in his bed. So this is a vest that protects them for their entire shift. And it covers their vital organs, cutting out all the rest of the extra fluff that they don't necessarily need. And this allows them to have full mobility, which is very important when they're jumping fences or running.
And that's a big, I think, misconception you talked about too, or at least, misconception and importance. This concept that they can wear it, I think you say full shift, right? They can wear it, that it won't overheat them, right? Because, pups get hot too, right? They're sitting in that cop car, they're going they're digging, we've seen it on the live PD, like they're going under houses, they're working, right? So it's important that they don't overheat, but at the same time that you're not kind of sacrificing protection, right? That it's not just a glorified harness. It actually is armor. And they, if I remember correctly, from what you've told me, they use a very specific like armor plating in it, right? In the vest?
Yes. So our canines wear the same armor level that our human officers wear. It protects them against the same bullets and the same stab proof.
Wow.
And to touch on overheating, that is the second leading death for our canine handlers. Is they die from overheating.
Really?
And this is quite helpful with this vest. It offers them this Outlast thermal technology that cools their system down. It also warms them if they're in climates like Alaska and stuff where it's absolutely freezing. It will warm them up, so that protects them in that aspect too. But yeah, overheating is a big issue that they have to be aware of, these handlers.
I never would have thought about that, but of course, I mean, like when I'm thinking about my own dog, that's always like a big consideration. I mean, obviously I'm in Texas, but I mean, anywhere you are, as far as, you know, too much exercise, that kind of thing. Obviously, a lot of these dogs are very specifically bred for this type of activity, but you can't unbreed overheating, you know.
No.
It's not something that you can fix there. So if someone is hearing this and they want to support your organization, Brady's Canine Fund, how can people help your organization? What are the different ways that maybe they can get involved?
Yeah, they are welcome to visit our website at bradyscaninefund.com. That's where they can go and donate. They can check out the pictures of all the awesome canines we've helped. They can visit us on social media, which is always a fun platform to check out and see all the pictures. It's Instagram or Facebook that we're on. And they could follow up on all that and see these awesome dogs and donate to a cause that will totally help them.
And I definitely don't want to finish this and not talk about, if you are out there, if you're watching this or listening to this, whatever, and you're interested in getting involved, you have a ton of different ways that people can, right? I mean, I think first and foremost, Brady's Canine Fund is a nonprofit and they want to put as many vests on pups on these canine officers as they can. But if maybe money's not the way that you can donate, you also need volunteers for any number of different things, right? Both locally and kind of even virtually. Am I correct on that? Right?
Yeah, absolutely. We put on events, fundraising events, or local events in different cities where people could come and meet the canines, donate, have fun at whatever event's going on. So we're always looking for people to run our table. You can just share our media with others is super important as well, because it gets the need is out there and the education that to learn that these dogs are not automatically receiving this armor. And another good point is that even if you don't have a whole lot of funds to donate, $5 makes a difference, because if everybody out there could just give a couple dollars to protect them, it adds up.
Sure. And you have it set up through your donation portal on your website that you can give $5 a month. You can give, I think, any amount.
Any amount.
Month, right? And any amount is better than no amount. So if you're like, oh, I can't buy this whole vest, right? But I could give a couple bucks here or there every month. It makes a difference. So I would encourage you, visit, what's the website again? Go ahead and throw it out there.
It's bradyscaninefund.com.
Brady's BRADYS K9
number 9 fund.
So go check that out. You can learn a lot more about the organization. You can donate, again, however much, if you wanted to go the monetary route. Donations are tax deductible, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Tax deductible. And if you'd like to sponsor a canine by donating a vest, a full, the price of a full vest to a canine, it's $1,200. And with that comes, you can monitorize, how do I put it? You can customize the vest to a donation patch and whatever they would like. If they want to do it in honor of somebody with their business, we can do business logos on them. And, you get a furry friend for life now. We will also introduce you and give you a little bio of who you're helping.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, guys, check it out, Brady'sCanineFund.com. Again, you can donate money, you can donate your time, you can donate your skills. And if you don't have any of that to donate, then at the very least, check them out, follow them on social media, like their posts, share what they're doing. I've been so lucky to spend, 8 weeks with you, Leah, and I have learned so much about this organization and the amazing work that you're doing. So I want to just, thank you for all the work that you do, and also just for sharing your story with the Marketing Clarity community and anyone else out there that may end up seeing this video or hearing this audio.
Thanks, Ross. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate working with you and learning how we can share more with people out there. I appreciate that.